Your Excellency, my colleague ministers, Sir Royston Hopkins, and other distinguished members of the hotel community who are here with us today, and all distinguished brothers and sisters, and of course, Mohammed and Range Group and the Sixth Sense Group, and all of you here. I am saying today you have filled our cup. It's really overflowing in many, many respects. But I did listening to Mohammed a while ago, when he began the first 7 minutes of his presentation, I said to myself, this is our public relations officer in the next election campaign. I hope the members of the press cut out that piece especially and replayed several times. I also want to make the point to listening to Brother Oliver. It's just a while, some time ago, asked him, Oliver, you running again? He didn't tell me no, he didn't tell me yes. But when I hear him talk about 2 hotels opening in St. David's in 3.5 years, I realize I have my answer. Friends, I think this exercise today is a demonstration of where this country is at. The fact that you have so many of the local hoteliers here is a demonstration of their understanding that this is not a competition. It is each one supporting the other. Every important development that comes to Grenada, everyone benefits. So I saw the local hoteliers here when this property was opened. And every time there's a new property open, I see them here. So it's a clear understanding. They are Grenadians who understand development. It brings opportunities to the country and not just to themselves individually. And collectively, everybody will benefit. And I also will make the point, what we have seen in our country this time, the hotel industry, the local hoteliers themselves have been investing. And that's a sign of confidence in the economy of the country. Because the foreign investors will not come if they do not see the locals themselves taking risk. That's a good measure of what is happening in our country. So we take a lot of pride from what we see. Our local investors, almost every one of them, have been expanding and renovating their properties. And I think it's a good sign for this country. But what is, in every sense, today was an important day. I had one of the most tiring days of my period as Prime Minister today. I had 4.5 hours of interview as head of the regional security apparatus, where we were interviewing 4 candidates for the top job of CEO of the IMPACTS, which is a regional security organization that interacts with all security apparatus in Europe, London, in Europe, North America, the Middle East, all over the world. They deal with all aspects of security. So we treated these interviews as extremely important, and it's 4.5 hours of intense interview with 4 top candidates throughout the region. There were no Grenadians among them. And that's why I was in the chair. So I would not be biased in the choice of the person that. But it's a sign of something, that it's a clear indication that people understand that Grenada is one of the safest countries in the region and in the world. That is one of the biggest plus. Our Minister of Tourism talked a while ago about what happened last month, the carnival season. Every visitor that I met, and I'm sure Grenadians have heard it from them, they say this place is one of the most peaceful places they have been. So what you see happening at this last carnival, you'll see a lot more of that in next year and even further years to come. It's a clear example. I think sometimes we ourselves don't even appreciate where we are as a country. I give you an indication of this. About 3 years ago, the World Bank and international institutions announced a special facility, IDA, providing very soft financing for third world countries around the globe, Latin America, the Caribbean, Africa. hundreds of millions of US dollars were made available, and the conditions were set. The only country in the Caribbean and Latin America that has, in fact, qualified so far is this little country, Grenada. We already received 30 million US dollars a few months ago, and another 20 million US dollars coming with it by September. It's 0.75% is the interest on that loan, with 10-year grace. So I wouldn't be there when they all start to pay back that money. 40 years loan, 10-year grace. And the World Bank called to say that, Prime Minister, because your country is the only one that has qualified, that we have more money put back into the pool so Grenada can get more soft money. So we go in for more. But that is telling us something. While some of us spending our time on little things, small things, little placards and foolishness sometimes, big things passing us. We must spend our time on big things. So I'm proud of what we are seeing in our country today. Mohammed, I'm proud of the fact that you've chosen, and your team have chosen this country. I'm proud of the team that we have had leading this process. And I look forward to the start of this important project. I know and I feel confident that we are a winning team. Not St. George's alone. Historically, it used to be St. George's. St. David's. Sister worried about St. Mark's. They're coming too. St. Patrick's getting his share. St. Andrew's, Carriacou and Petit Martinique. It's holistic. So I'm proud that we'll be seeing a more rounded development throughout the length and breadth of the country. Thank you, and enjoy it. As I said, too much sun. Enjoy the rest. And I'm sure Mohammed, I know him well, the drinks will flow, right? Thank you, guys. Thank you.